Hello my friends and welcome back to another Brotato Danger 5 random run. Hope you're all doing well. Today we are of course taking a random character and random weapon and trying to beat Danger 5 with it. So let's just see what we get, and we've got the Generalist. The Generalist is really interesting, so we're going to have to take two random weapons, where we get a random ranged and a random melee weapon. And I think, just for fun with the Generalist, what I'm going to do is use the first three ranged weapons we see and the first three melee weapons we see, and have a fully random weapon build built with the Generalist. That way we can use the Generalist's ability to the maximum extent. I think that this character also, by the way, is a little misunderstood, because this looks like it's a buff where you get extra melee damage and extra ranged damage, but the way that this translates is actually that the Generalist is just slightly worse, because you can't as easily use weapon synergies than a character with no abilities at all. So the Generalist is actually a deceptively difficult character. It looks like it's got a significant buff, but because it forces you to split up your weapons, it basically reads like a character with no abilities at all, but that makes it harder to actually use weapon synergies, and sometimes you can't buy a weapon because you already have odd number levels or whatever, so this character is slightly more difficult than it looks at first, I think. Alright, let's see what weapon we get, at least our first weapon, and we've got the Revolver. This should be decent for Wave 1. Revolver's okay at Wave Clear for Wave 1. Because the shot cooldown doesn't matter that much for Wave 1. So we should be able to get mid-50s. Yeah, exactly, 56 material. 56 is sort of the upper end of standard for Wave 1 material drops. You can get between 54 and 56, depending on whether you get a tree spawn and stuff like that, is standard for most characters. So we got exactly on standard, but at the high end, because we got a tree spawning. I'm going to roll here. We're looking for luck or harvesting, and we're going to roll for luck or harvesting, and we will take harvesting here. And then, alright, so we got another Revolver, so that will give us level 2 Revolver. We got a Plank, and then we're going to roll. I don't think either of these are worth locking. And then now we know our three melee weapons. It's the Ghost Axe and the Hatchet. And then I will also lock Scar, because this is very early. Getting a Scar this early is excellent. And I think I won't lock Beanie. Beanie is a good and very efficient item, so often I would lock it. But with 3 items locked already, I think we want this open slot to roll for economy items. So we won't combine the revolvers yet, but here's our first item set, is a revolver, a plank, a ghost axe, and I forget what the last one was. The ghost axe is a little unfortunate because we aren't going to be able to get any stats from it ever, since the Generalist mostly ends up playing as a ranged character. Your ranged weapons are going to steal kills from your melee weapons. The ghost axe is never going to actually be able to shoot stuff. We will roll here, looking for more harvesting or just more luck. I'll just take luck. And then here I am... Alright, a hatchet. Yeah, that's also not great. I'll take a hatchet. We'll keep the Scar locked. Gentle Alien is worth locking, and then I'm going to roll. And we're not locking Stick or Jousting Lance because we already have 3 melee weapons, so we know what our melee weapon set is. I guess I could have potentially combined the revolvers at this stage to make our Ghost Axe more likely to get kills, but I don't think it's going to anyways. Some of these weapons also rely pretty heavily on their synergy tags, so the fact that we are denying ourselves synergy tags in this run is going to make it quite a lot harder. Like Plank, for example, really needs the explosion size and elemental damage to be good. I will take the lifesteal. It does cost me harvesting, but we'll want to buy lifesteal eventually. And then here, I could take the level 2 dodge. I paused the recording just in time to save you from monster sneeze, so headphone users, say thank you. Anyways, we could take the level 2 dodge here, just because it's level 2, or I could roll for economy stats. I think that I'm just going to take the level 2 dodge because it's level 2, and we'll do the same with the speed here. A level 2 Ghost Axe isn't horrible. We can sell this one for the level 2 Ghost Axe, but I think I'm going to just buy the economy items first. We'll lock the Ghost Axe here so we can at least get up to a level 2 of that. And then we're going to roll here and... oh, right, yeah, we have to lock the medical gun. That's another one of our ranged weapons. Obviously, the natural way to build a random generalist is just 2 random weapons, but I think that Generalist is kind of a boring enough character overall that I wanted to really mix it up and just use completely random weapons. And at least this is a character that's reasonably good for doing that with, because we can still just build melee or ranged damage and have it function. I think we did get a damage stat from our Ghost Axe, surprisingly enough. Here, we're guaranteed a level 2 level up, so I'm going to roll for economy stats, and we'll take harvesting, and then I'm going to roll here, and I will take luck. Really just want to get that going early because it's going to be really important. We'll take this. We've gotten 1 stat from the Ghost Axe, so we'll recycle it and buy another one. And then the baby elephant, I don't know if we're going to have the percent damage or luck to make this good. Medical turret is reasonable healing, so I could take that, but I think I'm just going to reroll and go for better items overall. Those are both melee items, so it doesn't matter. We don't have any piercing yet, so I'm not going to buy the pumpkin, but I'll take the insanity. That's going to be decent enough, and then I will roll. And this is another melee item. Level 2 hatchet I will lock so that we can at least upgrade our hatchet a bit, and I'll lock the weird ghost as well. Do I want garden? I think this build probably does want garden, especially because I'm buying weird ghosts, so... because I think we're going to suffer a little from not having good healing. We're also putting ourselves pretty behind in economy because I have to sell these level 1 items in order to upgrade our weapons. Oops. Took a lot of hits there, so I actually have to play a little bit careful, which might cost me this loot alien, depending on which way it runs. Yeah. I'm gonna try to manually target it down. Yes! Alright, I got it right at the end there. I'll take the dangerous bunny. And then a level 3 upgrade, but it's a useless one, so I'm gonna reroll here, and I will now start building damage. I think we do need to buy some damage. I don't need this revolver because we already have a level 2 revolver, so we're not gonna lock it, but I guess I will just buy it to level up a revolver, and then we can sell the other one. No, that doesn't make sense. What I will do is recycle this, buy the hatchet. I guess what I'm gonna do is just combine this. No. Again, that doesn't make sense. We're gonna just roll until we finally find another ranged weapon. I'll take the tree, though, and I probably want both regeneration and lifesteal, but I don't think it's worth locking the mushroom. One reason to buy the garden there is that it makes the weird ghost much safer. We're guaranteed the consumable, so we can heal back up immediately. Trying to generate some damage off of my Ghost Scepter, or Ghost Axe. But also because I think this build is going to struggle a little bit for healing, just because one of the things that you often sacrifice when you're a low economy build is good healing. Because it's more important to get your damage and other economy items and stuff online. So I think that the garden will help mitigate that. I don't think we're going to have the damage to kill that. Yeah, we didn't. That's okay, though. Here, I'm going to take 2 armor, because it's a level 3 upgrade, and then I will reroll, and I'll take 12% damage, which is definitely nice. We don't get to buy the circular saw, because we have 3 melee weapons already, but here's some economy items and some healing, and that's all very nice. Upgraded plank, and... oh man, I wish I could buy the sword. That would be a nice melee weapon to add to this, but it looks like our last ranged weapon is going to be Shredder. If I missed a ranged weapon and rolled past it, it was an accident, and I'm sorry about that, but, you know, these things happen. I'm going to take the Scar and the Lost Duck here, and now our eclectic weapon set is online. We've got okay luck. Our harvesting is pretty bad, though, so we're definitely behind where you'd want to be, but that's a feature of the strategy we're employing. Strategy in scare quotes, of course. Had to go back and kill that tree because I was taking too much damage. And with no real healing other than consumable healing currently, it was important that I go kill the tree. Kill that tree. This plank is doing a surprising amount of damage even as our only explosive weapon, I think. The plank is actually... no, I guess we have two now, so the explosion size is a little better. I'll take the landmines, I think, because we do have two explosive weapons. We're not going to build engineering, but I think for 19 it's worth just taking the landmines. They can help us break trees. And then here I'm going to take 15% attack speed. We definitely need that. Yeah, so we've got two explosive weapons. We've got two guns, or three guns even, for plus 20 range, and then no other synergy tags online. Scar, yes. It is unfortunate that we lose damage on our plank when I buy things that reduce our elemental damage, but that's just how it is. And then I guess I want all of these. The plastic explosive is good with two of our weapons and with the landmines we just bought, and non-weapon sources of damage like spicy sauce might become important to this build later. Do I want this first, the bait first, or the metal first in terms of wave clear for wave 8? I think I'm going to want the bait, because I'm a little worried that if I buy the bait on wave 9, I will just die. And then, do I want to throw in a reroll here? Probably not. We've got two items locked. Because I'm going to take a lot of hits, and the lampreys get stronger in wave 9. And also, we don't have amazing wave clear, so I'm concerned that if I take a lamprey hit on wave 9, we're going to just die to the horde at the beginning of wave 9. Have to get back in there and actually pick up that fruit. I do see the loot alien on the left there, or on the right there, but I needed to go heal so we can play more aggressively. You have to be able to play aggressively chasing down the loot alien, so you need to be at high health. Where did it go, though? Come back. I think we're not going to get it, because I had to run and heal. And it's moving in an extremely awkward way for me. Wow, this loot alien really ran exactly perfectly to avoid getting hit there. Mastery does nothing on this character. You get plus 6 melee damage, but lose 6 melee damage from the ranged damage loss. So it is fairly poor. Like, so you get 6 melee damage, which gives you 3 ranged damage, but then you lose that 3 ranged damage and you lose 6 melee damage. So Mastery is a literal blank for this character. Another reason that this character isn't amazing is just that you can't use good items like that. And then we will take that, and I think it's not too late to take the harvesting here. I will pick up the plastic explosive and the metal and the propeller hat. And then we don't need campfire. Weird ghost, I think I will take. We do still need more HP. Incendiary turret could help us with wave clear, so I'm going to pick that up, and I'm going to pick up the small magazine as well. Actually, we're going to be past wave 9, so I don't think I'll take the incendiary turret. You can sometimes use incendiary turret for wave clear even on non-engineering builds, because it's just pretty good at wave clearing, but that's usually for the early waves, so once it's wave 9, it's less... Once you're past wave 9, it's less important to do that. Tried to run for the blue dot to pick up the consumable, but I ran to the wrong blue dot. The explosion size on our shredder is pretty nice here. Wouldn't mind some pierce. More attack speed would be pretty nice. Of course, we could really use more healing and defensive stats of any kind. Also, just generically good economy items would be very valuable for us. Bag and stuff like that. Because right now, we're definitely down in money compared to what we would like to be at. But the fact that we have explosive weapons on wave 9 does mean we made pretty good income this wave. 500 is, it's about standard. Here I'm just going to take 3 more armor. I could roll for something better, but I think that we're going to want to build armor eventually anyways, so that's fine. And then I'll take 9% speed as well, just because it's a leveled up upgrade. We get to replace our shredder with a better shredder, and buy a small magazine, and roll. We're past wave 9, so I don't really need the scar, and we've got 2 already, so we're going to pass on that. I'll take Poisonous Tonic, though, and I think I will spend 37 on the turret. Again, even though we don't have any engineering, I think this can be reasonably valuable for a little bit of additional wave clear. Nothing here that helps, so let's roll again, and I'll take the lens. Charcoal gives me 1 ranged as well as 2 melee and an elemental. The elemental does help out with the plank, so I think we will take the charcoal here. And then not going to reroll for 21, that's too expensive. So now I just need maximum HP mostly and some healing. Right now we're still relying almost solely on consumables for healing, and that's going to stop working when we get to the elite waves and stuff. Which are coming up very quickly. Even with relatively high armor at this point, because our maximum HP is so low, every hit we take is a big percentage of our health. I probably shouldn't have bought the level 1 turret. I was sort of thinking, for some reason I thought we had, like piercing, or I thought we had the start to a Pocket Factory build with piercing or lumberjack shirt or something, but we don't have any of the things that make Pocket Factory good, so there was no point in taking the level 1 turret. I'll take the alien, or I'll recycle the alien worm. We need to keep our consumable healing high. We've got 18% speed, and this is our level 15 level up, so this is guaranteed to be level 3, so I'm just going to roll. I think here, I could take attack speed, but I think we just better take maximum HP. It's very important. I have 7% crit chance, so our critical hit chance is not horrible. It's 10% on every item. I think we can get away with the hunting trophy. Maybe it pays for itself if I find more crit chance. Maybe it doesn't. I'll take the butterfly here as well. I definitely want to start building some form of healing, so we're going to grab that. I'll take the broken mouth. I'm wondering if I want tardigrade for this, just for this elite, but I don't think that's worth picking up. I think I'll just go with that, and then I'm going to take the sunglasses because we want the crit chance. Alloy is pretty reasonable for this character. It zeroes out my dodge, but we get a bunch of stats that we actually do want, so I will take the alloy. 50 HP. I don't think we're going to have the damage to kill this elite. We might actually. We're doing okay damage. Nope, never mind. I took a bunch of hits. If I hadn't just walked into all those attacks, then we might have been able to kill the elite. But now that I've taken all those hits, I can't afford to play close to it anymore. But because we have explosive weapons and this is a summoner, you get better single target damage against the elites when they're summoners with explosive weapons, because then you can splash the explosions off of each struck enemy onto the summoner elite again. Trying to kill things, but not take too much damage here. Because what I really want is to farm up % damage on my ghost axe, so I need to be in melee range to do that, but it's hard to do that without taking damage from the slashes. Left a lot of materials on the ground, but at least we survived. I could take this. I will lose some crit chance, which does cost my hunting trophy, but I think it's still worth taking the damage here. And then I'm going to re-roll this. I think we can do better. Now I'll take the crit chance, and then here, I guess I'll just take 9% speed. 27% speed is a lot. That's more speed than we probably need, but then we can reduce it safely. Buy both of these things. More luck is still good for this character. And then we get to level up our hatchet. I don't know how much that matters in terms of actually improving our wave clear, but I think that will be that we should do that anyways, and I'll take the Shady Potion. I will throw in a reroll here to see if we can lock anything useful, and we can lock a small magazine, so that's nice. I feel like I need to just take any opportunity to upgrade my weapons just because it's so difficult to upgrade weapons on this character since we can't really feasibly combine them. So even when it costs me a lot and I'm not even sure if the hatchet's contributing damage or anything to this build, I think it's basically necessary to do that. This medical turret, or medical gun, honestly, is probably putting in a lot of work for us. Because we have very low healing, no lifesteal, but the medical gun, at least, has a bunch of native lifesteal, so it's giving us some health. I like these builds where it's just sort of, you know, one of everything, because it sort of feels like how you build when you're first starting to play the game, just trying out everything. I'm going to recycle this. I think we will still want to build dodge. I'll take the book for 1 engineering for 16. I think that's worth it, because we have a couple things to care about engineering. We'll take more luck, of course, as well. More % damage is great, and then I will reroll here, take the maximum HP. Get to level a revolver without having to sell an item. Amazing. Oh, I should have checked our damage on that. So 2,000 damage on the hatchet, 45 on the shredder, medical gun, 3,000, 2,800. Yeah, so the shredder and probably the revolver, but I combined it too quickly, are the things doing the most damage, which makes a lot of sense. We'll definitely take a lure. I can't upgrade the hatchet in any meaningful way this way, so we're not going to do that. Improved tools is not bad, and Rip and Tear is pretty interesting as well. I think I'm going to take the Rip and Tear, because I think that will help us a lot with wave clear, so even though it cost me a bunch of harvesting, I think it's worth picking up now. And I will take Improved Tools as well. It does help our turret and our garden. We don't have any other constructs, but it's still worth picking up. And it's good attack speed, which this build just needs anyways. Or medium attack speed. It's inefficient attack speed, but we just need attack speed, I guess is what I really should say there. We've gone from having quite good armor for the earlier stages of the game to having relatively weak armor at this stage. So I do need to keep an eye out for more easily available armor. And then I want to kill this loot alien. The loot aliens have really... They ate their Wheaties this morning and are ready to escape. Oh, here's another one. Loot aliens have a chance to get a boost of speed when you hit them, and these ones are all getting that boost of speed and running away. Taking a lot of hits here, so I need to be careful. Alright, we made it. We got all 3 boxes at least. The snail will help us dodge. The silver bullet will help a lot against bosses, and the bat will help us stay alive, so happy to see all of those things. Improved tools, yes. Roll again, and there's nothing here. I could take the acid. It costs 154 and means we're never building dodge, but at this point in the game, I think with 0 dodge, we're probably never building dodge anyways. So I think I will buy the acid here, and then we can go to a level 4 hatchet. Metal, even though it cost me a crit chance, is still just too good to pass up. And then do I want this bowler hat? I probably do. It cost me a couple things we care about, but the harvesting will come close to paying for the bowler hat already, and then the luck will be good enough anyways. Alright, with a silver bullet, can we kill this elite? I didn't even see myself take damage, but we're at low health. I think with a silver bullet and the hatchet, because hatchet does pretty good single target damage when your attack speed is good enough, we're actually quite well set up to kill the elite. So the silver bullet made a big difference there. The first damage that I took from that elite, I didn't even see the damage number or anything. I just looked and was like, oh, I'm at low health. Okay, speaking of which, I'm at low health and need to be very careful now. It would be embarrassing to kill the elite so cleanly and then just die anyways, but that is how Wave 14 goes sometimes. We're going to leave a lot of materials on the ground because I just cannot clear enemies properly. I will take the regeneration potion. I think I'd have to find fairy or something to make it good. But we really need healing. As you saw that wave, that was really difficult. But 130 is so much, I think I'm going to recycle it. I'll take the weird food for sure, though. Now I will take crit chance. I could take flat damage, but the crit chance I think is actually going to improve our damage more anyways. Vigilante ring gives me 15% damage. That's probably worth picking up, and then we'll take this as well. Do our free reroll. Mammoth is going to be a lot of damage as well, so I'll buy that. Just gives me 20 melee and 10 range damage. I do have the perfect amount of maximum health, but I would like to increase it. This hunting trophy has worked out incredibly, by the way. I think we're making quite a lot of money off of it. I need to really aggressively pick up materials this wave, because we left so many on the ground last wave. It's so difficult for me not to get hit by these summons, because we can't avoid breaking the slugs. We've got too much AoE damage. But we don't quite have the damage to clear the slugs immediately as they... or to clear the goobers immediately as they spawn. So we are really starting to suffer. I gotta buy more armor because this is getting ridiculous. I'm gonna roll for armor here, although do I take armor or maximum HP or attack speed? I think I need the armor even more than I need 9 max HP, because the individual hits we're taking are just so hard. I'll take the metal here. So I can buy not all of these, even though I want all of them. I could upgrade the Ghost Axe first to try to farm a few more points of damage. So let's do that. We'll buy the metal. And then I'll just take the Mammoth and leave the hatchet locked, and then I will roll. Sharp Bullet is going to be good. Even though our weapons already pierce, and our Shredder already pierces, but Shredder doesn't normally lose damage. I think that Sharp Bullet increasing the pierce is going to be good, and additional piercing on the revolver means it'll do a lot more damage as well. Nothing else that I want here. We're never building dodge, so on to the next wave. Even just that 2 armor will make me a lot more tanky, so I thought that was worth picking up over the maximum HP. It's less effective HP than the max HP would have been, because each point of armor is worth 6.66% of your max HP. So you can sort of round that and say 2 armor on 70 HP is worth like 3 points of max HP, effectively. So significantly less than actually buying the max HP. But it also multiplies our healing, so it's going to end up being more valuable over time, I think, anyways. I'll take the lure here. I guess now we have positive regeneration, and I could have taken the regeneration potion. I'm going to recycle this incendiary turret, and then I could now that it's being offered in a crate, start building dodge, but I still think it's going to be impossible for us to reach adequate dodge. Immediately punished. I'll take the blindfold anyways, though. We don't really need 12% speed. We don't really need 15 luck at this point either, so I'm going to re-roll this and just take the crit chance. Sharp Bullet, upgrade Hatchet, and roll. It's too late for Crown or Vigilante Ring to be useful. I'll roll again. We do get to upgrade our Plank now, so that's nice. And I'll take the Ritual as well. improve my lifesteal up to 8%. Handcuffs is good because it does double dip, so I'm going to lock the handcuffs, and then we'll try to get some maximum HP, either by rolling in the shop here or by buying it as a level up, and then buy the handcuffs next level. I'd be okay capping my max HP at 74, but I think we can probably find like a plus 9 HP level up or something. And if we can cap ourselves at 80, that would be a lot more comfortable. Just walking into every attack. Ouch, ouch. Oh, no. Alright, I do have to not walk into every single enemy attack. I will say my dodging is not great right now. Which, you know, it's important to recognize when you're not playing well, because you can often adjust for that. You can say, I'm not playing well, so I should try to take fewer risks. My mechanics aren't on point as much. I can adjust my play a little bit. Obviously, that matters more in like competitive games than in single-player games, but it's an important principle in strategy, I think, to recognize when you're on your game and when you're off, and there are things you can do about that. I'll take the pumpkin, I will recycle the alien worm, and then, yeah, I'll just take 6 max HP, that's perfect. And then, now I can take the handcuffs. Explosive turret will probably be pretty good. We have bonus explosion size and explosion damage on this character. I guess not explosion damage, but explosion size. And piercing as well is really nice with the explosive turret. So even though it is... and improved tools, of course. Even though we don't have a lot of engineering or anything, the explosive turret will still be quite valuable. So I'm going to take that. I will take the small magazine, and I'll take the handcuffs, and we'll pass on the adrenaline. I think still just not worth trying to build dodge at this point. Bait. Our percent damage is quite low, so I will take that. Tractor, I'm not going to bother, because it would only tick twice, so it would not be worth buying. Having our HP capped at 81 is fine. It's a little lower than you'd sort of strictly want. Like I like to end most characters at around 100 HP, but 81 is totally playable. You have to do a little dance with that guy, basically, because you need to play next to him so you can actually hit him, but not so close that the projectiles spawn directly on top of you. I know there's mods for it, but one thing I hope they roll into the upcoming expansion is the ability to see how much damage your turrets and stuff have done. I like stats in this kind of game. Brotato is generally quite good about giving you the stats that you would want, but there's still some improvements that could be made. Obviously, we're not taking Estes Couch. That would just reduce my regeneration significantly. We're HP capped, so I don't need any of that. I'll just take the lifesteal. I think that'll help. Just some additional healing. Little muscly dude. I will still take for the 3 melee damage, and now I can reduce my HP if I need to without losing any. Mouse I will still take, and leather vest. More enemies on the field is just good for us because it's going to make our lifesteal more effective. Obviously, we get more lifesteal, but also there's more stuff to lifesteal off of. Rip and Tear has been crushing it also, just because we have very good melee damage on this character. Leather vest gets me to 5% dodge. As it turns out, I passed on dodge enough times that we could have built dodge, but I still think it was right to not attempt to. Cyclops Worm and Ghost Axe are both going to be fine. Let's go to the next wave. We've made 6 points of damage on our Ghost Axe so far, so Ghost Axe not really doing us proud, but we didn't expect it to. In this circumstance, it's very hard to farm damage on ethereal weapons, because the ranged weapons are always stealing kills from it. Taking so many hits here, I do need to pick up some consumables. We have reached the point where our healing is okay, but still not amazing, just because our items are not really well set up for a lifesteal build. We only have 3 ranged weapons, and they're not particularly fast-firing or anything, but lifesteal is what we ended up going with, so we can still make it work. And we made a lot of money that wave, which is pretty nice. I'll take the warrior helmet, even though we're well over our HP cap, but 3 armor is still really good. And I guess now I'll take the regeneration potion. We can have 14 regeneration. Recycle the boxing glove. And then 4 armor would be great. 8 melee damage would be great. I think we want the attack speed more than anything else, though. Upgrade the Ghost Axe, buy the Cyclops Worm, and I'll buy Glass Cannon as well. It drops my armor down to 10, but 10 is still fine, and we can defeat the elites with our additional damage here. Defective Steroids I will take, and then Ritual I will take, and then I'll roll. I don't think we ever saw a level 2 medical gun, so we're stuck with this very eclectic weapon set. Did very little damage with most of them, but the Shredder is just carrying us because of the explosive damage and size, and the Revolver that is very good as well. Revolver's what's going to help us kill the bosses, because Revolver's one of the best single-target damage weapons in the game. It has got some of the highest single-target DPS. And we ended with very good damage stats, so that part's definitely nice. Going to focus down the Octopus Head guy first, because he's the more damaging of the two, or more dangerous of the two. Walk into every attack, as I've been doing all game. Gonna back off just a little bit and try to pick up some consumables, heal up a bit. I don't want to back off too much and leave it in its more dangerous later phase, though. So I wanted to re-engage as soon as I was at full health there. Because it's easy to take a lot of damage if you let them stay in their later phases. But we were able to re-engage, kill it very quickly, and get the full heal box, and then at that point we were able to just kill the other one. Alright, well that was fun. We ended up with 10 stats off the Ghost Axe, and then I think probably another 5 from the ones we sold. 10,000 damage from the planks, 8,000 from the axe, 9,000 from the hatchet, so this level 4 hatchet was terrible. And then 25,000 from the revolver. Shredder didn't do that much because there weren't that many enemies on the field because it was the last wave, and Medical Gun actually was competitive with our melee weapons, which is pretty funny. When you have melee and ranged weapons combined, you end up doing all your damage with the ranged weapons, which obviously makes sense, but it is funny to see the level 1 Medical Gun be basically equivalent to the level 4 hatchet. For our economy items, the hunting trophy was incredible, and I knew this was going to be a very high number, so I wanted to check it at the end. Hunting trophy, when you get it that early, is going to always pay for itself, and we built a lot of critical hit as well. The fact that we found 3 small magazines, so we got great attack speed, and we found 2 scars, so we leveled up a lot, is part of what made this build work. I also think going for the garden early kept me alive in circumstances where I would have died otherwise, because we had several close calls this game, and having the garden and so on was very important. The landmines I don't think was particularly good, and the turret didn't work out that well, but other than that, I'm pretty happy with all the purchases we made. I guess the book also wasn't that important either, but that was a very minor purchase. But mostly we ended up with just very good stats overall. Alright my friends, hope that you've enjoyed this video, and of course as always if you have, feel free to leave a comment and like the video, and you can subscribe to my channel for more Brotato and other strategy game content. Cheers folks, I'll catch you next time.